Thank you for joining us today. I am Lenore McCrae.
I'm Sabrina Morrison.
Jessica Richardson.
Natasha Collymore.
And today's topic focuses on deviance based on family dynamics. First, we'll talk about a theoretical perspective of functionalism based on the family. This perspective focuses on functions of the family in society and for its members. It looks at how the family as an institution helps in maintaining order and stability in society. It has 2 points, the primary socialization of children and the stabilization of adult personalities of the population of the society.
Socially, my mom grew up with 2 parents, but she still landed in the category of being a statistic because she was a single parent. And I always thought that was interesting because she's a single parent, but she lived in a 2-parent household where her mom and dad gave her everything. She had good grades in school and everything, but she still wound up pregnant with me, and she still fell into a statistic. So that kind of shows that it doesn't matter what part of the spectrum you're from, you can always land into something that is not necessarily social norm or seen as deviant. Because back then, she didn't hide it, but in our house, it wasn't as deviant for her to be pregnant. It was more deviant because of who it was with.
How was it for you growing up, Natasha?
I had that 2-parent house, but as growing up, it got to just be my mom being the breadwinner, and it was kind of different because you expect both of your parents to be the breadwinners, but my mom really held it down, so I just got used to depending on my mom more than my father. And I had siblings, but they all kind of branched off. Like my brother moved out, my sister was kind of there, not really. And then as I got older, I kind of took care of myself and started to work, so it wasn't as bad, but it could be better.
Well, I grew up with both parents. I also had a younger brother and an older sister. According to society, I grew up in a traditional family. My dad, he worked. Both my parents worked, but my dad, he took on the fatherly role of paid most of the bills. He took care of repairs in the house. He protected us. My mom, she worked as well, but she did laundry. She cooked food. She took care of us most of the time because my dad was at work. But in the African American community, among the friends that I had, they felt like I lived in what now would be considered deviant because it wasn't normal for black children to grow up with both their parents, or if you did have a male and a female role in the house, they weren't always necessarily your biological mother or father. So I grew up, I guess you could say, for my race, very privileged. I didn't want or need for anything. Everything that I asked for, I got, which was the same for my brother and my sister. So I would have friends that would come over and would be oh, you grow up like white children do, or you do this or you do that. And it's kind of weird to me because I always felt like I was at a disadvantage. I didn't view my life the way other people viewed it. Because like any other family, there are things that are wrong that people don't see. People are just looking on the outside. They don't really understand, say, the arguments, the fights, the sad nights, lonely nights, whatever the case may be. Deviance in family is something I don't think you can consider family as deviant just because, just say you grow up a single parent, or your grandparents, or foster care, or your father's in jail, or you have gay parents. I don't feel like society can determine what a family is, because family isn't based off who's physically there. It's based off, for me, love. I just think deviance and family is something that shouldn't be tied together for those very reasons.
I also agree with that. I guess I can say that I have 3 different perspectives of family. I grew up living with grandparents. I also lived in a household where both of my parents were there. They were married. Both of my parents worked. Father was that typical man in the house, took care of the bills, went to work, came home, took care of the house. He was that protector role, and my mother was that nurturer role. And it was deviant in my neighborhood to have parents who were married, and those parents be your biological like family members, and also having siblings with the same parents in the household. And the way I grew up was kind of deviant from the rest of my friends. And I also have the experience of living with an older sibling, because a family isn't just mother, father, grandparent. It's also older sibling taking care of maybe a younger sibling based on different circumstances. And I also got to experience that, which kind of had an effect on me. Just getting all of those, I guess, perspective kind of gave me a way of looking at deviance and what is considered deviance. So I think family and deviance shouldn't be tied together, because it's, I guess, in the eye of the beholder, and your experience and how you grew up doesn't necessarily have to tie into your deviant behavior.